We must never, ever give up. We must be brave, bold, and courageous.
John Lewis was a civil rights activist and politician whose work alongside Martin Luther King Jr. helped pass the Voting Rights Act of 1965. He also represented Georgia's 5th District in Congress from 1987 to 2020.
John Lewis was the true drum major for justice. He was an incredibly humbled man from humble beginnings who dared to make this nation live up to its greatest ideals of justice and equality. He did so in a nonviolent manner. He believed fervently in the beloved community, and he led by example.
Sometimes I hear people, especially young people, saying nothing has changed. I feel like saying, come and walk in my shoes.
In 1965, Lewis led a protest on Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama. He was one of several people beaten by police officers on a day that would be later referred to as Bloody Sunday. Every year, on the first Sunday of March, Lewis would return to Pettus Bridge to honor a moment that helped to galvanize the civil rights movement. Representative Terri Sewell remembers his last visit to Pettus Bridge before his death.
The first Sunday in the month of March is when we march. And even though he was suffering from cancer, even though he was frail and so thin, he still came back to the bridge literally months before he passed. And he stood up strong and tall as others held him up. Someone else had to hold the microphone this time, but he left us that message that he always wanted us to remember, that we should never give up. If I close my eyes, I can hear him. We must never give up. We must never give in. We must keep the faith and keep our eyes on the prize. That's what gives me courage every day.
If we don't get in, shut it down. I said if we don't get in, shut it down.
We're not there yet. And there are forces in America today trying to take us back to another time and another place. We're not going back, we're going forward. The vote is the most powerful, non-violent instrument or tool we have in a democratic society. And people should be able to use it, all of our citizens.
I never would have thought that 57, 58 years since Bloody Sunday, that the cause for which I, as a member of Congress, would be fighting is to restore the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Didn't we win that battle? The reality is that old battles have become new again, whether it's women's reproductive rights that I thought my mother's generation won, or voting rights, which I surely thought that the civil rights activists won. The progress that we've made, the rights that we've enshrined can be fleeting if we don't protect them, if we don't guard them, if we don't try to advance them. As we often hear that the King's quote that the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. John Lewis' life shows that it does bend towards justice, but it doesn't bend by itself. It takes courageous people like John Lewis.
Some of us gave a little blood on the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to give any more blood.
No, sir.
But we have our votes.
Yes.
And we must use our votes
Everyone.
as a powerful instrument to change things.